inside a Backrooms level that is based off your childhood memories, as if you were living in a place you have been before in your past. So, that is level 18 of the Backrooms. The Backrooms is a place that you end up if you happen to noclip out of reality. You know, the world that consists of seemingly infinite rooms that vary and spans hundreds if not thousands of levels. So, I will explain level 18. Level 18 of the Backrooms is really interesting, as it is entirely based of things you remember, a recall of things that seem nostalgic. It appears as a location that it is entirely lifeless and is a recreation of your memories of your childhood. What this means is that if you had a specific childhood, the location of the Backrooms will manifest the locations of your memories for this level 18. Be it your old house that you used to live before you move out, your old elementary school that you used to go, or a park you have always visited long before then. What is interesting about this level is that the locations vary from person to person. This means that someone might experience being in locations that are not always the same as another person would experience. This is because each person may not always experience the same childhood events during their childhood, where their pasts are not always identical between them. If one has experienced pre-K education in a certain school, one would be in a location where it is based off their old kindergarten classroom, whereas if another wanderer played track and field in a high school back then, sometime during their adolescence, that person would arrive somewhere in an outdoor location, somewhere in a field, for instance. So, the environments of this level vary, and it can be indoors or outdoors, like I just mentioned in the two examples, as they represent various places of the wanderer's past. While the said locations kind of mirror their past, there is one thing that is different. What is different is that the places you would experience in level 18 are completely devoid of life besides entities. If you end up in a school resembling your old school you graduated from, the school in level 18 would be completely empty, so the location that you would end up, all the classrooms and hallways will be empty and vacant. I mean, no people at all. So this means you won't be able to spot your teachers, your bullies, your principal, or anyone else you have ever met during that time of your past. Your daycare classroom will always be empty as well, if your Backrooms level consists of one. The park will always be empty if you always went to a certain playground in the past. Memories memories across your timeline of your past are separated one from another. You can access between your memories at any time at your will. If you want to go from your early childhood memory location, for example a daycare building, to a high school cafeteria or hallway, you always love to meet your peers and buddies of that location, you can. So if you want you want to see the cafeteria where you like to hang out in that place, you can, but do not expect to see your buddies. So the locations are suspended in a black void, where you can simply just jump from one memory to another. The void has very low gravity, comparable to the gravity of Pluto. This made this task just like a dream of your past. A dream of your past. Yes. Okay, so you can just simply jump from past to past with no effort. So this weak gravity, it made this task trivial and requiring minimal effort. Experiencing these memories themselves are not always easy as traveling between them, however. It's almost as if you are hallucinating, just like a dream of your past, be it a great victory experience or a terrible event in your past. So, when you first enter this level, one would experience a wave of nostalgia and happiness. You would recall all of the good times you have had in those places. This is even better and welcoming if you had a memorable childhood filled with joy. However, since there are barely anyone else in this level, the isolation will eventually take over, and you would experience loneliness at some point. And the fact that not every wanderer has the same past, you may not be likely to intersect their past, so you can't see each other usually. So this means that it is really rare for two wanderers to meet within the same memory. As you would grow more and more isolated, you will eventually want to leave this place, no matter how good these locations of your memories are. Your sanity will suffer if you would stay here too long, and it may cause you to feel hopeless. To avoid being hopeless, you must find almond water sources and drink consistently to keep yourself focused. If you would jump into the void, you would spend 10 minutes in the abyss before waking up in the place you have started from. This level has no connection to the outside world, such as internet or a phone or TV signal. If you try to bring something outside the level, your item will vanish into nothing. So don't try to bring your old toy you always loved to enjoy when you used to be a kid. You can, however, bring out photographs of this level, and that is the only exception I know of. It is said that you may encounter hallucinations that can be in the form of visuals, sound, or even an intense flash of past memories. This is associated with a paranoia effect, which I will cover shortly. If you stay here for too long, you might encounter what is known as the paranoia effect. This is the most noteworthy event that you would expect from this level. It onsets sometime a day or two of exploring, where your memories will start to grow increasingly darker to the point where nothing is visible without a source of light. Your memories, surroundings become black to the point that nothing can be seen without a flashlight or a lantern or any other source of light. Entities would slowly become more common due to the diminishing presence of light, and might chase you if you catch their interest. Though they just chase you because they're just slightly interested. They're not too much of a harm. So, eventually, the paranoia effect will become stronger to the point where your memories, in the form of your locations, start to glitch out and become unstable. You will slowly spot weird anomalies, as duplication of memories, for example, and at the point where it glitches so much where you may end up falling into the dark abyss, the dark void between those memories. So, you may want to exit if you start to experience those glitches. So, speaking of entering, one will have to sleep in the previous level, level 17, in order to arrive here. There is a theory known as the dream theory. Because of the nature of this level depicting one's memory and that you only enter by sleeping, people wonder if this level truly exists or whether it is simply just you dreaming your past. So that's why this theory exists. If you want to exit this level, there are a few ways. If you walk into the empty void between the memories, you will wake up exactly where you slept when entering this level. This said dream theory is why it is a cause. And then, additionally, entering a strange place resembling a dark hallway will bring you to level 19. This may be tricky, as it will depend on whether if you had memories of walking in the middle of the night. Maybe your house, or maybe somewhere where you snuck into the school and you walk into a hallway. Maybe that. If you have trouble finding this area, try to recall a part of your past where you walked down a hallway at night or in the dark when you were a kid or a teenager. You will probably find that location, and therefore you can proceed to level 19 of the Backrooms. You might want to avoid running to a memory based off a hospital though, because if you end up in a place resembling a hospital, you will end up in a level run for your life. So avoid running into a memory based off you being in a hospital, because you will eventually have to run for your life if you end up being here. So that's one exit you really want to avoid. Of course, there are other exits, though they lead to other levels deeper and farther away. So to recap, level 18 all depends of your past memories, as if this level is a trip of your past, a nostalgia trip, only lifeless and separate with empty void. I hope you have gotten your tingles. If you liked this ASMR-fied video, please give this video a thumbs up. It will be greatly appreciated. You may want to check out some other levels that I've covered, like the last time I covered level 188 of the Backrooms. You may want to look into that. And don't forget to look for the glass of almond water hidden throughout the video. If you Stay tuned for the next ASMR video.